everybody. We're finally actually starting to do a podcast. And our first episode is on everybody's favorite Pokemon movie. The original movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Evolution. Yeah, we're not watching the actual good movie. We're watching the one that Netflix decided they would try to make bank off of. Where it's all reanimated, because that's what needed to happen. Now what?
Everyone's talking about Pokemon nowadays. At the time of this recording, Pokemon Snap 2 was just announced. The Sword and Shield DLC was announced, and with rumors of a Diamond Pearl Platinum remake looming over our shoulders, we'll see what that next direct holds us at the time of this recording. Me and my friend, who are sitting several feet away from each other with a microphone in between us,
Like bosses, yep.
like safe bosses, are here live from my garage to bring you our first review. And we had pizza. Yes, so one tradition that we like to have is that Benji and I love talking about food. So today, before we get into our review, our food of the day was a large pepperoni pizza.
Medium, yeah.
A medium pepperoni pizza, look at us.
With garlic nuts.
With garlic bread knots.
And we both are, yeah.
As he dines on ginger beer, non-alcoholic ginger beer, and I dine on a classic orange crush made with cane sugar. Hopefully everyone in the listening has grabbed their snacks, nestled in, because trust me, this is going to be an entertaining ride. A little bit of a backstory here before we get into the review of the movie. I was the most, in terms of this being, hey, wait a minute, this was in your backlog? Jesse, you love Pokemon. Between the two of us, I'm the one in our friend group who didn't watch it. Everyone else did. I just didn't get to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. So...
Now you do know why.
No, I do know why.
This thing is high quality content. But yeah, nope, we're talking about the straight to Netflix remake of the, literal remake of the Pokemon movie Mewtwo Strikes Back, the original, the critically acclaimed, wonderful movie that everybody loves. So, why the hell did they have to remake it? Why? That's what I want to start off with.
I would like to open with a line from the classic film Tom and Jerry the movie, in which the villain approaches the camera and says, "We've got to have money."
Well, yeah, obviously, that is more than likely the case here. It's literally just about the money in this sense. Because you already have a movie that's beloved, that people have probably, millions of people have already shown to their children, and their children love it. It holds up. The original holds up very well. But then you have a Netflix CGI remake that, I mean, some of the animation in it is very good, but it feels so poorly done that it's like, I don't know.
I think something that adds to it being poorly done. So I went into this with trying to have an open mind about it.
Which is always good.
Which is always good, but in this case, a closed mind is what you should go into. You will enjoy this movie better if you go in expecting this to not be as good as the original. This is one of the cases where you can be like, well, at least we have the original, and it's in wide release. You can buy it digitally. There's a compilation Blu-ray with the first 3 movies that I know everyone and a lot of my friends have that one. Nice high quality riffs of the originals. But I think going in, one of the worst things that they did was replacing the original voice cast.
Which, yeah, I mean, that's kind of not the big surprise, though. Like, because a lot of things do that often. I would like to thank my high-quality laptop that decided it wanted to turn off after 5 minutes of me not touching it, which, during recording sessions, I don't think I'm gonna touch it, so, but, yeah, no, we were talking about the voice actors. I'm not surprised that they changed out the voice actors, because that's kind of what happens throughout the years, and I know most of the voice actors they used, like, I'm pretty sure for James's they were using the most recent one, and for Jesse and Meow, and then also with Ash, and then sometimes voice actors just have no interest to come back. So who knows what happened there? It might have been that, it might have been money, it might have been whatever. But I mean, yeah, the voice actors were a little bit weird to take in on this, and
also, at least they kept the Viking scene.
the Viking scene with
Jesse James and Meowth.
oh, the Viking?
Wait, no, that's in 2000. Dang it. Cut.
No, we don't cut. This is high quality content. Get ready for this. But the Viking, no, they had a paddleboat scene. Are you talking about that?
Wait, so, okay, so I was pretty tired when I watched this.
Yay, someone wasn't paying attention to
I was
the
only
movie
half
supposed
paying
to watch.
attention. I was half paying attention. But they have a paddle boat in this instead of them dressing up as Vikings and speaking in fake Scandinavian. That's already a minus.
I mean, they got accents in here. It's more like sailor accents, so it is funny.
But the Viking outfits were fun. They all
Yeah.
had fake. Even Jesse, all of them had fake beards. They all had the same outfit. It was, oh man. Okay, so Mewtwo's voice actor
Was pretty good.
sounded like he was gonna fall asleep half the time. He was like,
But that's kind of
"I'm here to fight the."
that's
Pokemon."
kind of the aesthetic of what Mewtwo is. He's very serious sounding all the time, so you needed a James Earl Jones as kind of monotone, serious voice actor to play him. So I think they didn't do too bad. Like, but there was a lot of parts where they tried too hard to mimic the movie.
So we were talking about this. Let's use a good example of that. We were talking about this while we were eating and just getting ready for the episode. How about that opening? Had the same energy as the original, right? With that battle.
Yeah.
That animation on that other trainer was phenomenal, wasn't it?
Yay! 2-minute editing sessions!
As 2 whopping 3 frames a second. You could almost,
if lucky.
you could almost count it like it looked like a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, it was like you could tell where they decided to go lazy when it came to editing and stuff, which I think sucks. But
And that's that's sad because when you go back to the original, that opening, the original song they had for it, and that battle is so exciting.
mm-hmm.
That is such a good way to open up the movie, like the original movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Also, I haven't rewatched the original movie since I was a kid.
Yeah, I need.
But
to.
that
I
was
gotta-
so iconic, the way it like opened up with Ash fighting that dude. It's like a sunny day. Brock is like cooking in the background. Like that is
Misty is pestering everybody.
man, like everyone's like dealing with that while they're fighting and stuff. And like I think the dude in the original had like an Onyx, and he throws out his Squirtle, and like Ash threw out Squirtle, and like Squirtle takes down the Onyx, and like I just remember that one being like that opening being like so high energy, because this one opens with, I want to say, I don't remember the original movie if it opened like this or not, but this one opens with Mewtwo in the robot suit destroying the mansion, and like they also added like the bit they had Giovanni who looked like shit.
Yeah,
Giovanni
some of
looks
the animation was very, very
Giovanni looked like a wax figure that was melting. Like, he looked that bad. And then they added Gary, which is from the anime. Like, the anime had episodes leading up to the movie.
Or if you're actually smart, it's not Gary, it's green. But
it's blue, you mean? Green
is it blue?
Yes, Gary is modeled after blue.
No.
Ash is modeled after red. Gary's modeled after blue. Green is the girl.
That's right.
Green is the girl.
Yay! Me being uncultured. So proud of it.
So, they added, like, the little scene from the anime where Mewtwo just screws up Gary's, Growlithe and, like, juggles him in the air.
Arcanine, but
Arcanine, that's...
His Arcanine, and I think it was also his Blastoise.
Yeah, it's just spinning him in the air. And Gary's like, oh! And that's in the anime. That wasn't in the original movie. That was, like, an episode where Mewtwo just wrecks Gary, and then Ash shows up and they're all gone, so he has to fight, like, a rocket grunt. So it's like, Ash gets, like, the leftovers.
Yay! Ash and his pity points!
Ash doesn't advance the main story in that episode. He's like, whoa, what happened here? Meanwhile, Gary's like, my Arcanine.
That's almost always how it winds up. Ash always winds up getting pity points somehow, and then winds up being the victor in the end. Because of friendship! Which, yeah.
So back to this movie, Nurse Joy looked good. In terms of Nurse Joy looked good. They even kept her original, like, evil nun outfit.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole storyline that was inconsequential in the original, where Mewtwo causes, like, this hurricane or whatever.
Yeah, a huge tornado storm.
Yeah, he causes a big hurricane, and then when he goes away with all the fake Pokemon at the end, then the storm lifts. But going back to this movie, one thing that I think that I was pointing out while we were eating, the landscapes in this movie are so barren. Like, because they're so focused on showing off 3D, you'll have, like, 3 Pokemon in a space. Like, the big scene that everyone remembers of the 2 clones fighting each other. Instead of, like, a bunch of clones duking it out and you could see some clones in the background, it's just this big open space with, like, 2 Venusaurs headbutting or 2 Pikachu slapping each other. Like,
yeah,
it's very... It feels... You know what? I have the perfect description for this remake. Soulless. It feels soulless.
It feels like it was just a quick mint. Something to make a quick mint, and then, yeah, not really... There was definitely, in my mind at least, not enough effort put into it to make it worth what it should have been. It could have been really good. Because, like, I've seen some other Netflix original animations, like, and with all of them, there
like
are
the Dragon
a lot
Quest one.
Yeah, the Dragon Quest one's the one I mainly am talking about. Like, the Dragon Quest one was actually pretty decent.
Besides that ending.
And the animation in it was stunning. I thought it was really well done. And then I'm pretty sure the same people who did that were making this one that was straight to Netflix, Pokemon. And compared to what was going on in the Dragon Quest one, it just looks very careless and very lazily done. Which sucks, because it's Pokemon and everybody loves Pokemon.
Exactly. So let's... here's something we could discuss. The future of this style of animation, because Ghibli is doing a movie in this style now. Like, Ghibli is making a movie that has this, like, 3D look to it. Lupin the Third. That one is getting a lot of buzz.
I'll have to check that one out.
One of the Lupin the Third movies is getting a remake in this style of animation, but it looks very fluid. and very well made. Like, I've watched a lot of the concept footage of it. It looks great. Like, this style of animation is not going away. If anything, it's getting more prevalent.
This style of animation, I don't mind it. It just needs to be done properly, and yeah, there are things that are doing it properly. Like, yeah, Netflix has done it properly in the past. They just decided to take the lazy way out when it came to Pokemon. Why? Who knows? Probably money-wise. Or probably just because they needed to rush it out. But
yeah, like, because, like, this had, you can see the potential in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some of the scenes look legitimately good.
Yeah, like, the landscape in the opening battle was beautiful. It's just the animation that happened there was very, very choppy and very, very just poorly done.
I think they would need different voice actors, too.
Maybe.
The voice act... Okay, first of all, Brock does not look good in 3D. I will say that right now.
Yeah.
Brock, there's a scene where Brock opens his eyes in shock, and it is mortifying. Because that doesn't look right in this style of animation. Jesse James and Meowth, I would argue, are the best looking models in this movie. They're fluid, they don't have choppy animation. They're fine. Jesse James and Meowth look like they literally popped right out of the original.
Speaking of Jesse James and Meowth, one of my favorite parts of the movie, they are officially, according to this movie, the first humans. Jesse and James are the first humans to ever see Mew.
Yeah, not Ash, not Brock, not Misty, not Gary, no, not Giovanni.
Team Rocket
are the first characters to encounter Mew.
Freaking awesome.
Now, moving forward, do you think they would attempt this with 2000 or with 3? I feel like this style of animation might be better.
It has...
Because when you think about it, 2003, or those two movies, 2000 and 3000, don't have that many Pokemon battles in it. So
no.
They could really...
And...
Because most of 2 was just the 3 legendary birds smacking each other around.
Yep, and I also think out of all those, 3 has the best potential. Because a lot of people don't like 3 because it was just so weird. And then they had this very weird 3D animation in a 2D animation set with the Unknown. Because the Unknown were always in 3D.
Yeah.
They didn't have a moment where they were drawn out.
Yeah, that is true. I'm trying to think, like, what kind of movies they could do, like, in 3D. Like, I think that one would lend quality to a good, that one, I think, could lend quality to, like, a good 3D movie. 3000, when you think about it, they would just make it fully 3D. They could have, Entei, they would have, I'm trying to think, like, Entei in 3D. Like, 3 is a very beautiful movie. When you go back, it, like, not the 3D, you can tell the obvious 3D, but the backgrounds in 3 hold up. The music is very, like, chilling and haunting. Like, it's very...
It had a lot of potential, but it just had a lot of weirdness thrown in too. I think if they remade it, they might be able, like, even if they rewrote it a little bit, it would be good.
I actually think 3 is the best movie. It had such a different story. It had a story just about a girl wanting her mom back, and then using, like, the power of the unknown, and, like, aging herself up but still having the mind of a child. Using the unknown to make her, like, unbeatable team. like, her Flaffy was freaking broken.
Yeah.
Because her Flaffy, I think, bodies all of Brock and Misty's team by itself. And Team Rocket.
I know when she's going up against Misty, they're underwater, and I know Misty had her Goldeen, and then she had
her Seahorse, right?
I don't know if she had Horsey going, because she never really liked using Horsey to battle, because Horsey was more of a cuddle Pokemon for her.
Yeah.
Because, Misty, she's got to have those cute little Pokemon she can cuddle. And then everyone forgot about Horsey as soon as Togepi came on, because then Togepi kind of replaced Horsey. And the little cute cuddly.
Well, who doesn't love Togepi? Togepi was like...
Togepi is...
The anime made me want Togepi, and then Togepi evolved into Togekiss, Togetic, and Togetic evolved into Togekiss, and I do not like that line at all. I like Togepi as a little egg.
Everstone.
Yep. I refuse. I don't like Togetic's design, and I don't like Togetic is just a pair of wings. It's just a conjoined pair of wings.
Yeah, they look very weird, along with a lot of other Pokemon at that time.
Well, Togepi's a cracked egg. Togepi's fine the way it is. Like, Togetic is a bird emerging from an egg. Togekiss doesn't even look like a bird. It's just a pair of wings. It's one shape.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't like any of those three. I will stick with Togepi. Togepi is the most marketable out of the three of them.
Yeah.
Which Togepi looked okay in this remake. Circling back around, Togepi looked pretty good. Togepi just was in Misty's backpack.
A lot of the Pokemon actually looked pretty cool. Like, when they showed Arcanine, like, with his flowing hair, I think that looked pretty cool.
Mewtwo looked good.
Mewtwo looked good. Mew looked good. Pikachu with its hair looked good. Meowth, I think, looked pretty... Overall, a lot of the Pokemon designs were really well done. It was just the human designs were really weird.
Now, let's rope in something else we know Pokemon related. Do these models look better than Detective Pikachu's Pokemon?
No.
You don't... I think some of them do. I think some of the Pokemon in Detective Pikachu were made like Apom. Hyper-realistic Apom does not look good.
Yeah, it's true that they're different aesthetics. Like, Detective Pikachu was going hyper-realistic with the Pokemon, and then Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution is more going computer-generated everything,
cartoony.
It's still got the cartoon feel to it, so I do overall think that the most aesthetically pleasing will be the evolution because of that, because a lot of people like how the Pokemon look originally. This just makes them look more, like, better, I would say, and that's one of the only things this movie did is they actually made the Pokemon in a lot of cases look better and more, because they looked how you would want them to look. They looked like they were in our world, but not
they looked like high definition models, and that's why I think when they make a sequel to Detective Pikachu, they should use models more like this. It would blend them better. Ludicolo looks like he has seen the abyss in Detective Pikachu. Ludicolo, with Ludicolo's eyes, Ludicolo looks like he has seen the abyss.
Ludicolo's my hippie boy. And guess what? He has seen the abyss because he's done crack.
I thought you were going to say he's seen the abyss and that's where he found his recipe for coffee.
No.
He looked into the abyss and the abyss answered with a recipe on how to make Detective Pikachu's favorite blend of
How do you
coffee.
think he makes his coffee? It has crack in it. What?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Those eyes. Well, also Detective Pikachu, the Ditto scene.
Yeah.
I did not like the Ditto scene.
By the way, we here at Befriending Our Backlog do not condone or suggest any uses of illegal substances. Thank you. Okay, carry on.
Like, so comparing this to Detective Pikachu, you know what? I'm gonna say this on spoiler alert to anyone who hasn't watched Detective Pikachu. I have a solution that would have made that movie 1,000,000 times better. So, everyone who's seen it knows that in the climax, this old guy puts his mind inside Mewtwo. We will discuss that afterwards. Remind me to talk about Mewtwo.
I will forget.
Okay, that's good. So the old guy puts his mind inside Mewtwo, right?
Yeah.
And then his body's right there. All the problems have been solved if that kid pushed that old guy off the 30 stories they were standing on.
He literally was trying to do that.
No, he didn't try. He fought the Ditto. But if he was trying to unhook him off the machine. I'm saying with the machine and all, push the old guy's body with the mind transferred out of Mewtwo off the roof of the 30-story
But
building.
then the innocent Mewtwo probably would have died.
But the villain would have stopped. Just push the old guy out the window.
That is not the answer every single time, Jesse.
So
All you need is love.
Here's what
All you need is love.
Let's discuss this. Some people say that there are certain Pokemon that you see too much of. For example, the Gen 1 Pokemon are constantly everywhere. Your Charizard, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Togepi.
Mm-hmm.
Gen 1 Pokemon are constantly like, look,
The original 151.
everyone's like, here's the original 151. We wrote a rap about them so you wouldn't forget them. Do you think Mewtwo is one of those Pokemon that is marketed too much?
He can be. Like, everyone always remembers Mewtwo was the one to get in the original.
The original legendary.
Yeah, he was the original legendary, really. So it kind of makes sense why he would be the one everyone goes to. But yeah, I'd love to see, like, them, if they did another Detective Pikachu, do something with, like, the legendary dogs. Because the legendary dogs are phenomenal, but never get any praise.
Are you going to have Entei get put to sleep, but still run away while asleep and just, like, tear through, like, 50 buildings?
Okay.
No, in Gold and Silver, you can put Entei to sleep and attempt to catch him when he's roaming, and he'll run away while asleep.
Okay, then.
So...
So that game was broken. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, it's an original Game Boy game, old hardware.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are the original 3 roaming legendaries, which, you know, they brought into new games where there were legendaries that you could only find in specific locations, and you better be ready for them. And
I mean, in the 3rd gen, they did have Latios and Latias roaming too.
there's also the Reggies. The Reggies
were in one spot.
The Reggies were all in one spot.
The Reggies you had to learn how to read Braille in order to get.
I never played Gen 3. I do have... You know what? Do you have Gen 3?
I used to. I have not.
Future episode preview right now. I have Alpha Sapphire.
You've never touched any of the Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire either?
I bought
Am
it.
I going to have to put you through those?
You should play your copy of Moon, because I also bought Base Sun.
Oh, okay.
So I have Sun and Alpha Sapphire and then Sword and Shield.
I've touched 30 minutes of Moon.
That counts for an episode. You put it in your backlog.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember it. You probably started over. I have an idea. How much... You said you have Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, right? Or do you have just one?
I have both.
You should take one that you don't care about.
Mm-hmm.
Start it up fresh from the beginning. I'll start mine up fresh from the beginning too. We won't just review it for the backlog because, you know, it's about a 20-hour game. We should race. We should race and, like, have a pretty decently long episode about our Pokemon Alpha Sapphire experiences.
Yep. Nope, I totally will never cheat or anything. Let's do it.
I hate you. But let's...
I would totally get tempted to cheat because that's what I did with
You use an action
with
replay.
Moon.
You
No,
freaking
no, I don't do that. I just traded my strong Pokemon to the other game. Because that's what I did with Moon. I traded, like, I had a Steelix.
You're gonna load up Omega Rupee and be like, oh, I'm starting fresh, and then link up your 2-3DS.
What I found that you can do to be freaking awesome, this is actually, it's technically not cheating, but this is how I became OP on my freaking Omega Ruby. Because I have Omega Ruby and then my Alpha Cellfire I got just to trade Pokemon. And what I wound up doing is Wonder Trading. I got so freaking lucky on Wonder Trading, I got a level 100 Skarmory while Wonder Trading that just toppled anything if I ever had issues. And the way they have it set up is they have the newer style where they have shared XP. If you want it, you can turn it off. But the game has shared XP, so you can just plop shared XP. I could just go through a powerful area, just topple down a whole bunch of Pokemon, and I'd have all my Pokemon up to like level 20 in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Whoopee! What?
We'll definitely do that for a future episode. So, how long have we been going for?
We're 30 minutes now.
Around 30 minutes. We can, let me see. What else is there to talk about? It's as short as the original with what, like 5 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, it literally is a full remake of the original, just done in CGI, which they didn't need to do. The original was good.
Yes, I agree. So, let's do this. If you could pick one movie for them to remake in this style, what would you pick?
I think that, yeah, as we were talking about,
You're
the next two, if they actually try, they can get, this style is not bad. They just need to try. They did not try on this one.
I think 2 would work because when you rewatch 2, there is very minimal Pokemon battling it.
Both 2 and 3, I think, would actually work.
I think, because here's another problem. The scene where they're wandering, my mind wandered during the scene where they're wandering through Mewtwo's castle.
Jesse and James?
Jesse and James, but then the other trainers when they get in there. It's dark.
Yeah.
It's dank. It's boring. Everything blends together. In the original, you had like different shades of like brown and red almost to have this mysterious, sinister vibe.
Yeah. It was very like, this is the evil lair deal.
Whereas in this, it's just like it's a room that you need to turn a light on.
Well, no, I'm saying this, in this movie, it's that this is the evil lair, but in the original, it had a lot more of a mystical feel to it.
Yeah, it's like, they made Mewtwo feel like he was not your average Pokemon. Music was okay. We have a friend who will go unnamed who hates this movie because, oh brother, my brother doesn't play when the Pokemon are fighting.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't keep any of the lyrical music.
No,
they didn't do it for the opening either.
Any of the same music. All the music was different. But one of the things that I really have to say I hated was they made it super cheesy by doing a original thing called "Who's That Pokemon?" with freaking every Pokemon that was coming out of the cloning chamber, and Jesse and James would literally say, "Who's that Pokemon? It's Meowth! It's Pikachu! It's Nidoqueen! It's Arcanine!" It was literally, if they didn't have that in it, I'd be like, this movie was actually good. They had that in it.
It killed it for you.
It literally killed it. It was the dumbest thing there because it felt like I was watching freaking Dora the Explorer.
Have you
What are we doing
Have
today?
you seen the Servine clip from Black and White?
No.
Where he's like, so from the Black and White anime, he's like, oh no, he picked a Servine, and the guy's in the trainer, he's like, you'll never defeat my Servine, and then the Pokemon's like, Servine, it's a Servine, Servine, oh my gosh, it's a Servine, Servine, he'll never beat my Servine.
Oh.
And then it goes, who's that Pokemon? It's Servine! Servine! And then it comes back, he'll never beat my Servine. Servine! Take a shot every time they say Servine, and you will be on the floor in like 2 minutes.
Makes you feel good where it's like Arcanine and like a Charizard and a lot of the originals didn't actually say their name, they just roared.
Yeah, I think, I personally, so let's get to our ratings. So our idea of ratings on the show is that we're just going to decide if we would watch it again, if we were done, one and done, or would maybe revisit, and I personally am okay being done with this. It could barely hold my attention. As mentioned earlier, it just had a soulless feeling throughout the whole thing. This is just go watch if you're gonna watch a Pokemon, if you are in a nostalgic mood to watch the Pokemon movie, if you're in the mood, whether you're with nieces, nephews, your kids, or a group of buddies grabbing a pizza to watch a movie, watch either if you're gonna watch a Pokemon movie, watch Detective Pikachu.
Or the original.
The original, we'll have to go to that because I don't know if it holds up or not.
Well, yeah, no. I feel like even my rating is going to be, yeah, there's better stuff to watch out there, so I just will leave it be. Because, yeah, as we were saying, why would you want to remake something that doesn't need to be broke? Or let me actually phrase that in your human speech. Why would you try to remake something that ain't broke? You have the original movies, which people still to this day watch. They will go back, they will watch them, they will love them. They'll watch them with their kids, they'll do all that. They're still beloved to this day. It's something that wasn't having any issues. And they just decided, hey, let's make a quick buck and
remakes
plop out this beautiful turd.
Remakes are good things.
Mm-hmm.
For example, when we go through it for our video a couple weeks from now, the Alpha Sapphire, everyone loves those. They updated the graphics and brought it to a new generation. Another good remake in the world of video games, given the Crash and Spyro remakes, those bring the games with the new tweaks and touches to a new audience and lets people re-experience the old. But then there's bad remakes. Like every time Disney thinks that their Renaissance movies need live action versions that are like complete hot dumpster trash.
We gotta delete everything you said the D word.
Yeah. So I am a Disney maniac, everyone, and Benji likes
Hal the corporate conglomerate that is Mickey Mouse.
He does not. He's not as
keen on what they are doing.
He likes them a little bit, because if I remember, he likes them sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes.
They make stuff, but nowadays they're making stuff too much for making stuff to get out and sell. It's more of a sell now than it is a actually good, like fun loving stuff. It feels more pre-made now.
Mm-hmm.
Which sucks. Because they have so much potential.
But, so now you know our ratings. You now know our thoughts on the Disney live action remakes as well.
You know our whole life story now. Yay!
Exactly. So we will be back again very soon. I hope everyone listening has a phenomenal day.
Yeah.
Don't watch this remake, even though it's on. Just watch Into the Spider-Verse. If you need something animated on Netflix, just watch Into the Spider-Verse.
Watch everything but the last 10 minutes of the Dragon Quest movie. That one's, yeah.
If you want a movie in this style, watch the Dragon Quest movie, and then just write your own ending. That's a new game.
That's what they did.
Write your
That's what Dragon Quest did. They wrote their own ending. They gave it to a 2-year-old and said, hey, how should this end? It was all fucking... I'm not even going to ruin it just in case you actually want to watch it.
Spoilers for the Dragon Quest movie.
Spoilers for the Dragon Quest movie.
It was all a video game.
It's all a video game.
It was all a video game.
They had a video game that was a video game. And a movie about a video game.
Like this world that you were very invested in? No, it's just a game.
Yeah, it's all just bullshit. I'm sorry, I'm getting very cranky. We're making this a little bit more adulty. I'm gonna stop.
Your save file's been deleted. We may have to edit some of this stuff.
But, yeah. No, I'm not editing it. I didn't swear too many times. It's still...
Yeah, it's fine.
But, yeah, no. It literally is just like, oh, you've been in this,
You've been playing this game all this time.
You've been playing this game for 20 minutes. And you've literally had a life that you've lived. And you have a kid and everything. And,
Oh, wait. The main character is like a married dad who was just like...
Yeah.
Playing the game?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, he starts off as a little kid, and his dad winds up going on a quest. So he winds up going to try to find his dad, and winds up doing blah blah blah, and then winds up finding his mom. And yeah, still spoilers for Dragon Quest.
Oh, and the slime. A slime is the Deus Ex Machina because there's like a glitch. I remember you ranting about this.
The freaking slime is the antivirus. Voila!
Well, of course, they're gonna use the slime for something big. The slime is the most...
Everybody loves the slime.
No, the slime is the most iconic thing to come from Dragon Quest.
I know.
That's why the slime is a hat in Smash Bros.
Not Akira Toriyama or anything.
Well, when I think Dragon Quest, if you're gonna be honest...
I think Akira Toriyama.
I think the slime. I think of the little blue slime. Then again, the only Dragon Quest game I have ever played is on the DS, and you play as a slime. And it's really interesting. It's called Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. There was a sequel.
Yep,
it never came out in America, and it made me very upset for the 3DS. And that one was even cooler. But the one that we got here in America... You play as a slime and you go around saving your friends. It's like a little overworld explorer, kind of Zelda-like. And then you man tanks. There are just people hanging out in the overworld. Yeah, so what happens is that he pulls out this like magic flute and he plays it, and you think, oh, it'll summon a sword or something fancy. It summons a giant tank. And you have to go around collecting ammo. So what happens is that there are like these mine carts in the world.
Okay.
And you go and there are these mine carts in the world, and you go and you like say you find bullets all over the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You put them on the mine carts and they'll be shipped to town. And when you go to town, there'll be a guy who's like, hey, what do you want your tank loadout to be? So then you can have 3 allies who have different abilities. Like some of them will just like pop out of the tank and like heal it. Some of them will use themselves as live ammunition and launch themselves at the enemy tank. And other ones will like prioritize, because here's the thing. All the tanks have open door policies. So you can mosey on over to the enemy tank if you like, take their better ammo, leave with it, and then fire it at them. Or you can take the enemy themselves and fire them at their own tank, which will stun them for an elongated period of time. But they will also walk into your tank and try to take your ammo, try to break your stuff, try to light your tank on fire from the inside out, because both tanks are very durable until you do enough damage to the life bar that the engine room will open up and there'll be a heart on the inside of the tanks, and whoever breaks the heart of the other tank wins the battle.
Neat.
It is a very, very, very good time. I replayed it last year and it still holds up. Like, Rocket Slime was, like, legit amazing.
Well, everybody, thank you for coming to our,
Pokemon.
Oh, no. We didn't do Pokemon. This is our Dragon Quest, podcast. We talk, apparently, about Dragon Quest 24/7.
This is the only Dragon Quest thing I know, though.
I know, I'm kidding. But yeah, no.
Don't tease Dragon Quest. We know someone who will hop on that if we started a Dragon Quest podcast.
But yeah, thank you for hopping on our podcast about the greatest Pokemon movie of all time, the original Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Don't watch
Evolution.
it.
But yeah.
Don't watch it. That's what we
watch
gotta
it
say.
for the shits and giggles if you really want. We're not going to stop you, but yeah.
But we're not going. Mewtwo may have striked back, but we're not going back after watching this one
And
once.
with that, we're done because that was bad. Okay, see you guys. Bye.
Bye.